Alright, boys and girls, it's been a little over a week and we have 15 TTM returns along with 5 purchases to show you. So without further ado, let's get ready for some graphs and laughs. Before we get started, I do want to talk about a couple things. First off, obviously, shuffletrades.com. These are the hit trades, and all you have to do is send in any autographed card and you will get a random one back from another trader, and one lucky trader will get a signed Yogi Berra Dale Berra dual card and also a certified autograph from the one, the only Santa Claus. The cutoff date for the December trade is December 31st, so get your trades in ASAP. As you guys know, the mail's a little slow right now, so get those in as soon as possible. Okay, also I do want to mention this. This is an autographed photo from the entire Autographers Anonymous cast, signed by 7 guys. We have these spread out among the cast, and we have 4 addresses that you can actually write to get one of these for free. All you have to do is write a TTM to one of us, and I'm going to put the 4 addresses here on the screen. Just write a TTM. You can send some stuff to get signed by one of us if you want, and we'll throw one of these in there for you. So you can do that. I don't think I mentioned that on my videos. We did mention it on the podcast, though. Okay, let's go ahead and get started, guys. Got a nice little postcard in from my buddy Henry S. And there's the front of it. So thank you, Henry. Really appreciate that. And I got a box out to you with your giveaway and some extra stuff. You should be getting that soon. Let's start off with the Topps Archive project, and let's get that out. Okay, here is the Topps Archive project, getting very thick. I know soon I'm probably going to have to split this up into 2 binders because it's just not going to be able to contain how much stuff I'm getting in, especially with 15 TTMs every week. It's just getting very thick. So let's go ahead and get started. This one I actually found in my personal collection. Forgot I had it. It is a Fleer Tradition card, which ripped off the Topps design. So that's Mike Lamb. That's going to go ahead and be put in 1954, I believe, under Wilson Alvarez. Next up, these are all purchases. Got some high-end purchases this time. Some people that have passed away. This guy was in the news recently for getting COVID. I figured I better pick this up. I have a TTM out to him, but that may not get returned. So this is Rudy Giuliani. So picked that up for a decent price. I just figured I better pull the trigger on it now since he is older and has COVID. You never know. So got that in the book. By the way, before I go on, guys, I don't know if I've explained the Topps Archive project in a while. These are all cards that are based on old Topps designs, but are not the exact same card that were produced in the year the design was put out. So they have to be a variant photo, and it can be from any year, any set, as long as it uses the same design, but no same photos. Some of them had different players that weren't even in the original sets, obviously, so that's what this project is. Randomly throwing it in here, but I haven't explained that in a while. And same goes with the Donruss Leaf Fleer sets also. This pickup is Hall of Famer Duke Snider. Again, was a great TTMer, but has passed away, so impossible to get now. He's going to go under Don Larson. Next, we have Mr. Sparky Anderson. Another real great TTM signer, but he has passed away, so that's 1985. So let's go to 1985. All right. And we'll put that in the book next to my PC guy, Laureano. All right. Next, we have a certified auto from Tom Brunansky, and that's going to go in 87. All right. All right, guys, let's go ahead and move on to the TTMs, and we have one repeat TTM. This is coming from NASCAR legend, Bobby Allison, and he's such a great signer. Sent him 4 again, and sent him $5 this time. This is Mr. Bobby Allison, signed 4 of 4 right here, and this is actually for the Donruss Archive set. So we'll put that to the side, and this is a variant, and it will probably be trade bait, so we'll put those to the side, and these don't go into any PC or collection. This is actually an extra he always throws in, so he throws in that extra signed photo. All right, moving on, we have Kenny Wallace, signed 2 of 2. Great, turned out great with Sharpie. These are kind of hit and miss. Some are kind of smearing. Just did the finger prep on them, but I did pick this up this week. So may start using this. I mainly got this for some Chrome UFC cards that I'm going to be sending out, but may start using that on these Donruss cards because it's about half and half with bubbling. But this is for the Donruss archive set, so that'll go to the side, and this one is not. Next up, we have Mr. Josh Fogg. He's a great TTM signer and signed a bunch of archive cards. So this is for the Donruss archive. Then we have several for the Topps archive. So inscribed them to my daughter just like I asked. Again, all of this is for my daughter. It's getting passed down to her. We open up mail together. I don't put her in the videos for privacy reasons, but I like to show you guys what we get in. So we got 3 for Topps, 1 for Donruss. This will be put to the side and will be put in the Donruss binder at the end. Let's go ahead and get these in the book. So we're going to flip back to the 50s. Finally starting to send out some Heritage cards. I've been focusing on fan favorites, but starting to dig slowly into the Heritage stuff. So you'll see these 50s pages start filling up a little bit more as we go along. So this is going to sit next to Mike Lamb. And then Josh Fogg. Let's see. Forget which year. There we go. He's going to sit next to Lenny Wilkins. All right. Next up, we have a return for Project Goofball. And you know, I used to be a really sad guy, but then I took some pills, and now I am a happy feller. This is obviously a goofball name. Love the name Happy Feller. And he signed 3/3 for my daughter, perfectly inscribed. Real happy with that return. And these will go in that book at the end for Project Goofball. Next, we have a return that he actually sent several extras. It was unexpected. But we got a return back from Mr. Del Harris. And he actually appeared in Space Jam. So this card will be part of the Space Jam PC that I have. Slow moving. I'm not really working on it because Jordan's the ultimate and that's probably never going to happen. But there's also some big names in there that are hard to get. Signed 3/3 here. This is actually 3/2 because I did not send this. He sent this himself. It's a card with him and Kobe. So that's really cool. But he did sign this card to my daughter and signed this custom from Money Mike, inscribed to my daughter. Signed it on the dark area, but you know what? That's fine. Really happy with that return from Dell. And again, that's a Space Jam return. He was in Space Jam for a small bit. All right, moving on, guys. We have a Fleer archive return. This is coming back from Mr. Leonard Kleinrock. He was one of the co-developers of the ARPANET and one of the founders of the internet as we know it. I think he's in the Internet Hall of Fame. Signed 2/2 to my daughter perfectly. So those will go in at the end. Next up, we have a private address success coming back from Mr. Rennie Stinnett. And signed, I believe he inscribed this. No, he did not inscribe these. So these are just flat signed. Bought this whole set of cards, this Upper Deck vintage card. I forget what the set is called, guys. Heroes of Baseball, maybe? I don't know. Anyways, it's got a lot of vintage guys in it and some oddball teams. That's kind of why I bought it. It's got some oddball teams. And I love these cards. This is like a Upper Deck game that they played as old men, and it's got them playing as old men. So really happy to get this signed. I got a few more out and hoping to get those back. I don't know if those are going in Goofball yet. You know what? I may throw it in Goofball for now and then I'll make the decision later, but really happy with that private address return. Okay, next up, we have a paid success. I could not find this card signed, and when I did, I think it was extremely expensive, so I went ahead and sent a TTM to get it signed. Actually got back a business card, and the card was signed perfectly with his, inscriptions. He always puts great inscriptions. Mr. Denny McClain won 31 games, and this is the only card of him as an Oakland A. And Denny played 5 games as an Oakland Athletics, so that may be one of the lowest amount of games played that we have in our oddball set. So really happy to get that back. That was $10, and that will go in the oddball set at the end. Next up, this is a return. Actually, I sent this off after I sent my first request, so I've got this back. Hopefully I get my first one back. I recently found out he only signed 1, and I think I sent 3 on the first one, so maybe he didn't just throw the whole thing away. But he did sign 101 on the second request after I saw he only signs 1. Mr. Will Clark. And this is on the sports card, the talking sports card. And you know what we do whenever we get one of those in? We play it, because I have a sports talk player. So let's go ahead and put that in and get it played.
Hi, I'm Don Drysdale, and this is Baseball Talk. Today we'll talk baseball with Will Clark. In just 3 short years, Will has established himself as one of the game's premier hitters. He is one of the sweetest swings in baseball, earning him the nickname The Natural. But Clark says success might not have come so naturally if he hadn't have gone to college.
College showed me a tremendous amount, and the reason being because when I was coming out of high school, I was a scrawny runt and really wasn't too big. I didn't have any meat on my bones, and really just wasn't a mature individual. And I think 3 years of college sort of helped me. Not only did I grow physically, but I also grew mentally, and that was one of the best things I've ever done is go to college and have the 3 years under my belt and able to take that experience into major leagues with me.
After his brilliant career at Mississippi State, Clark stepped up to the plate for America as a member of the 1984 Olympic baseball team.
The difference was instead of just playing for you and playing for your team, you played for the country, and it was a very proud moment in my life. And I think that instead of people in San Francisco rooting for you, I think the whole nation was rooting for you just to do well because you were representing their country and their sport.
Clark felt a great sense of pride wearing the colors of the USA. He's equally proud to be a member of the Giants, a team with a long-standing tradition of excellence.
It's an unbelievable amount of pride. It's traditional. We're in the next generation of the Giants. I think the first generation was the Mays and McCovey era, especially in San Francisco, and then this is the second generation. So we're trying to live up to everybody's expectations.
Clark says it takes a lot of hard work to get to the big leagues, but as long as the work is enjoyable, it's well worth it.
The game of baseball is meant to have fun. Go out there and have as much fun as possible, enjoy yourself, and let whatever happens happen.
Thank you, Will. For Baseball Talk, I'm Don Drysdale.
And as always, those voices are a little bit squeaky, a little high. That's just the way it is with these old devices. And just love these. So this is actually a variation of the original 1989 card, even though this card came out, I believe, in 1989. So these do count in the archive project. They are not the same as the original 1989 set. So let's go ahead and get that in the book. I have a special page that has spots just for these cards. So, well, I say that. Maybe I don't. Is it in the back? Oh, I may have put it in the back. Yep, I put it in the back. So let's get that in the book. All right. He's going to go sit above Mr. Frank Tanana. So that is our second card. Actually, it has to go in this way. So that is our second talking card that we've got back. Real happy with that return. Hopefully I get my other cards back. I know I'll probably only get one, but even if I get one, I'll be happy from my first request. Okay, next up we have a legendary card I've picked up for a great price and got it sent off. He charges a fee. I can't remember exactly what that fee is, but signed 3 of 3. It might have been $5 or $10 a piece. Mr. Glenn Hubbard, and he did perfectly here. He inscribed 2 to my daughter and did not inscribe this one, so this one can be trade bait. These are for the Topps Archive project, and this is for, obviously, Project Goofball, the legendary Snake card, and this is actually in pretty good condition. So, that's a pretty expensive card nowadays. These oddball cards are bringing a premium price, so that's going to go to the side for Project Goofball, and these will go into Project Archive. Let's get that in the book, 1983. So, real happy with that return. I've been wanting to get that one for a while, and I was waiting on the price for one of those Snake cards to go down because they were so expensive, and I finally got one at auction. Alright, next up is a custom card, guys. This one's pretty funny. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. This is coming back from Mr. Bobby Balentine, but I made the card a little different. This is Robby Balentine. If you're a baseball fan, you know this incident where he got kicked out of the game and came back with glasses and a mustache and tried to sneak onto the bench. Signed it perfectly there. I was hoping he might do an inscription or something funny. I think I sent him 2 cards, actually. Maybe 1 to keep. I can't remember, but signed 1 of maybe 2, maybe 1 of 1. I can't remember exactly what I sent. But really happy with that. And that is a Topps Archive card. It's a custom card of this set here, but it looks like we don't have a page for it. We're all filled up, so I'll have to put one in later. Okay, next up we have a success from an actress, and she is a she's a famous actress, but she did some voices, and I tried to get these done for my daughter. These are 2 characters she likes from Puss in Boots and Chicken Little. This is Jill from, I think Jack and Jill, they were the characters, and then Foxy Loxy. This is signed by Amy Sedaris, and she signed with just her first name, which is perfectly fine. I know there's not a lot of room here. Really happy with this. Signed this one to Penelope and this one to Penn. So those turned out really well. And those are for the Donruss Archive, and those will go in the book at the end. Okay, now we're getting to some really interesting returns where guys threw in extras and wrote letters. Just really awesome stuff. Mr. Ron Simmons, he does have a small fee. Again, I don't remember what it is exactly. I need to write those down before I do the videos. I apologize, but if you're on Sports Card Forum or Star Tigers, what I use, the fees are almost always there on the page. So here we have Mr. Ron Simmons, and he signed 3 of 3 right here, and they're all perfectly signed to my daughter. I was just so happy with this. And he also sent an extra, which is amazing. It's a photo, 4x6 photo of the official WCW photos, and inscribed it First Black World Champion. So just an awesome return there. He also wrote a letter to my daughter, which is amazing, and I don't show those on film because they're kind of personal, but just an awesome return from Ron Simmons. And all I have to say is, damn! Alright, hopefully that didn't blow out the mic. Let's put this to the side and get these in the book. So looks like we got a 1980 to put in. So let's go to 1980. Okay. And he'll sit next to Cecil Cooper. Then we got 1986. And he'll sit next to Jesse Orozco. Then we have 1987. And this is the Legend variant, so we always put the variants at the end, the subsets or whatever that are part of the main sets. We try to stick those at the end. So, all right, we got 2 more to go, guys. Here we have a return, another guy who wrote some really nice stuff, sent some extras, and I sent 3 custom cards, 1 for him to keep and 2 to sign, and he did that. So this is Francois Clemens, and I was watching a documentary on Mr. Rogers, and Mr. Rogers and Francois Clemens, Officer Clemens, in the show, they actually did a very moving scene where they washed each other's feet in a swimming pool. This is during some there were some racial tensions in the country, and this was a very important moment in TV history. And they actually redid it later on in the show. This is when they redid it for the show, just to kind of remake that moment. And this was sent by Francois himself. He actually repackaged it and sent his own envelope. So these Fred Rogers characters really go above and beyond. David Newell did the same thing, sent a bunch of extra stuff. And along with these, which I'll put to the side for a second because I don't have enough room in the camera to show all this stuff, he also sent 2 really nice photos from the show. I'm not sure if these are public photos or if these are personal photos, but that's him talking to the kids. And then this is another one of him on set. It looks like he's playing a keyboard. So just really cool extras from him. Let's go ahead and get those cards in the books for Topps Archive. Again, this is a custom card. Actually, you know what? I believe that page was full, so these will not go in the book until later. I'll have to put an extra page in because I remember that Bobby Valentine is the same custom. Okay, guys, the last one is amazing. Had these sitting around, I was gonna send these off to wrestlers, and that was kind of my idea behind it. But then I saw this guy was signing really well, and I was like, well, I got to get these out to him ASAP, right? These are tiny little chairs that I guess were used for wrestling figures. Bought a big lot of them. Have several of them to send off, but sent these two off to Mr. Bobby Knight. And yeah, guys, these turned out amazing. Inscribed this one to my daughter, and this one is not inscribed, but the red one, I mean, look at that, turned out great, just amazing. 2 chairs signed by the one and the only Bobby Knight, who is a famous coach who threw a chair across the room, a red chair, notably. But yeah, so happy with that return, guys. Turned out perfect. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and put up Topps Archive, and we'll go ahead and get out our other archive books and our goofball book. Okay, let's go ahead and get these in the book for Project Fleer, Donruss, Leaf, everything under the sun. First, we're going to flip to 1985 Donruss and put in Mr. Kenny Wallace. Signed one of those. We're going to flip the page, and we're going to put in Amy Sedaris, who's signed 2/2 in that same set. All right, and then we're going to flip to Donruss 1987 and put in Mr. Bobby Allison. Oh wait, actually we already have one, so that will not go in the book. That will be an extra for later. Apologize about that. Then next we have a 1988 Donruss original Josh Fogg. So this is the first one of those that we actually have. And then we're going to put this one in. This is Mr. Leonard Kleinrock, who is one of the co-founders of ARPANET. So that goes right there. Okay, let's go ahead and get out our Project Goofball. Okay, here is Project Goofball, and we have several to put in this today. So again, just a great mail week. Really happy with what I've been getting in. You know what? We're going to go ahead and stick the Glenn Hubbard in. That's an epic card, one of the classic goofball baseball cards. And I'm going to put Mr. Rennie Stinnett down here. May make a subset within this. I have several subsets of oddball cards that I collect. We may do an old man set. I haven't decided yet, but he's going in the book for now. This is Resting Pitch Face, by the way. And then we have funny names. And of course, we got to put Mr. Happy Feller in the funny names. So he's going to sit right there. That card's dinged up pretty good. It was when I bought it, but that's fine. This is all for fun and all going to my daughter. So, okay. And then next up, we have a return from Mr. Denny McLean that we talked about. This is an oddball team, and he only played 5 games for the Athletics. So let's go ahead and get that in the book. Several of those at this point. And he's going to sit next to Mr. Bob Cousy, you know, Cincinnati Royals legend, Bob Cousy. And yeah, that's it, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I want to remind you guys to go right to one of us to get one of these autographed Autographers Anonymous photos. Again, make the envelope at least a 4x6 size so this will fit, so none of those tiny envelopes. And also check out shuffletrades.com for a chance to win those 2 great autographs from, well, 3 I guess, Yogi Berra, Dale Berra, and the legendary Santa Claus. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and you take care, all of you autograph addicts.